Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 24, the Kobe episode.
Oh, this should be an epic joint then.
Yeah. Just got off the MJ episode with my boy Keon a couple days ago. But what better guy to have on for the Kobe episode than Miles Nettles, a.k.a. Jet. Jet, I appreciate you being here, bro.
No, for sure, for sure.
Where'd the nickname Jet come from?
That was like, so I'll probably say this was like 07. My brothers and my cousins, man, we was big on like listening to Wiz and Currency around that time. And then like I know this like was outside my time, but I like was the Jetsons, like the TV show, like the Future joint. I was a fan of that. So like we kind of picked up on that and like it just kind of stuck with me. So I kind of just been rolling with it.
So it's from the TV show.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like the Wiz and Currency vibe, the 08, 07, 09, just how big they was, like, because I'm a music guy, so at that time I was listening to a lot of that.
All right, bet. We could talk some music for sure.
Really?
At some
so
point.
You in tune with the music?
For sure.
I'll say no more.
Yeah. So for those listening that may not know who you are, let the people know, man, who you are, what you do, where you've been. Let the people know who you are.
Man, like you said, Miles Nettles. They call me Jet. I've been kind of all around, but the journey for me is just basketball coach, basketball player. I'd probably say number one, like a father. But outside of that, I just been chilling, man. Staying out the way, coaching, trying to just get more championships under my belt and just build my legacy for real.
So we had connected, I guess, last season.
I'd probably say a year before that, though.
When?
I say Jamal and them freshman year. Jamal Goins and them freshman year. He was around. You for sure was around.
I was around, but we never.
Yeah, but just we ain't never like chop it up. But like we used to say what's up. But like I knew who you were though. Like
Okay.
What I didn't know was I didn't know you was a part of that 2018 championship at Webster Grove. So I had to do my research and
And 17.
See, I didn't know that. So you got one up on me. I only got one. You got two of them.
I got two of them.
Oh yeah. So see.
Oh. So we linked, chopped it up, and then I had so the reason why I thought we met last season is because that's when I put the piece together of who your dad was.
Okay.
I don't think I played for him in the Ramey Fall League, but like he was around growing up because I was in that world. Did you play for him growing up? Was he your coach?
Yeah, he was my coach for a while. He was my first coach, but like once I guess he figured like I was taking it serious, he kind of gave me to like my uncle, Coach Pat. So like when that kind of happened, he kind of like stepped to the side. But like when it came to like me venturing my game out and like doing different things, like he was always big on me, not just like, you're not just going to be a post player. You got to be able to do everything. So me and him worked out a lot, and that was like different, very different.
That's so many kids' downfall, bro, is like they're tall for their age in 4th, 5th grade. So then the coach is like, all right, just sit on the block, stay down low. And then they like stop growing or don't grow as much, and then their development is just shot.
No, yeah. I honestly could say I was probably always the tallest, but I think I kind of stopped growing at a certain point. I'd probably say like around I feel like I've been the same size probably since I was like my senior year. Like I haven't grew since then, I don't think.
Of high school?
Yeah. So like going into that, before that, like early on, everything before that, if I was playing like with my team, like St. Louis Pressure or any team through Woes or any like, if I played with the Lakers or if I played with the Rugrats out of Wellston, I was a post player on their team. But like when I played with my school, like at school, middle school, at Gateway, I was running point guard, but like it wasn't the best thing though, but I was doing it.
You were out there.
No, for sure.
You mentioned Wool. So your pops works there now, right?
Yeah, he been working there my whole life.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he was tied in there, and then so you grew up playing there.
Yeah, that's like when that like that's basically like the home. Like I really used to be in there under the bleachers, cleaning the floors. Like we used to take the trash out. Like majority of my household responsibilities we wasn't even having to do at the crib because like we had sisters at the crib who was doing that, but we was doing everything at Woes, like everything.
Did you ever do the Ramey Fall League?
Yeah, for sure. That was I did those my whole high school career.
And so what year did you graduate high school?
13.
Oh, damn. Okay. I was 2019. And so my freshman year, so like 2014, I think, was the last year that the Ramey Fall League was at Wool.
Before they went to Cardinal Ritter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So was it there the whole time?
No, my first one, I think like my freshman year or my 8th grade year going into freshman year, like the first time I can honestly say I was fried. I got cooked like by Cam B-Shot. That was like the first time I actually like kind of seen like a professional at that time. He wasn't a professional, but at that time he was elite. So you know what I'm saying? It used to be at Forest Park though, at the school I'm at.
Really?
I work at, yeah, but it used to be red in there. Like the whole place used to be red. I have to show you a picture.
Yeah.
They used to be the Highlanders on me. But at that time, so my freshman year was there, and then I think my sophomore year, I ain't playing in my sophomore year. My junior and senior year was at Woes.
Okay. And then where'd you go to high school? You said Gateway?
No, I actually went to Gateway from elementary, like from kindergarten all the way to like 8th grade until I got put out. And then I ended up going to Career Academy for my freshman and sophomore year. And then I got put out of there. And then after that, we'll get into all of that. But I ended up graduating from Madison Prep. But after Career Academy, I did time at like Blewett Alternative School. So yeah, but I ended up going to Imagine, and like that, going to Imagine is kind of what like put me in position I'm in now. I honestly believe though.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this, and then we can get back to why you got put out.
For sure.
If you want to bring it up.
No, we could do that.
So you said Imagine Academy or something?
No, Imagine Prep. Imagine College Prep is like. Do you know where KIPP is on Jefferson?
Yes.
All right. So before it was that, it was like Imagine. Like, but they like closed the school. They closed the school after my junior year, so I was only there for 1 year.
Okay. Yeah. The reason I asked that is because I had pulled up to a St. Mary's game, and the games were running behind, so I caught the end of the freshman game, and St. Mary's freshman team was playing. It was called Believe Academy.
That's around here, but I don't know nothing about it though.
I had asked people because I was like, bro, what is, like, I thought my eyes were tripping.
It's probably a homeschool team.
They said it was connected with KIPP and
I
like
don't know then.
Something. I don't know. But yeah, I thought my eyes were tripping, like it said Believe on the front of the jersey.
The whole charter school thing is very different. Like,
why you say that?
Because it's not like public, so you really just, you're not a St. Louis public school, but you might be in their league though, or you might have to be in like, because St. Mary's is not St. Louis public though.
They're private, aren't they?
So, but they're a city school though. You know what I'm saying? So like charter, you really don't have you don't really have too many avenues of like a conference and stuff. I don't believe.
Yeah, that is true. That's facts. All right, so since you brought it up, or you're willing to talk about it, you said you got put out.
No, yeah, man. When I was young, I used to be wild, man. Like I kind of did whatever I wanted to a little bit, but also I did that knowing like I would have to deal with whatever consequences from my dad, though, for sure. So I mean, it was like you're gonna make those decisions. But me getting put out of Career Academy, I can honestly say I feel like that cost them a championship, a state title. I think so, because we had a nice team over there. Like when I played there my freshman year, the JV team was like elite. Like we was elite. So going into like sophomore year, I feel like 2 days before I got put out, I had like a conversation with like the coach at the time was Dale Turner. And I was going to be probably the only sophomore there to play varsity that season. And like the summer for me going into my sophomore year was nice. Like I had a nice summer. So like I got like my first college like Division I letter from like not Ohio State but Ohio University, like the Wildcats. So yeah, I was like in a good space at the time, but like I still was going through normal like I wouldn't say it was normal, but I was going through St. Louis teenagers like type of lifestyle or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, so me just being who I am, you know what I'm saying? Like now, like based off this, me and you locked in. Like if I'm with you anywhere, like can't nothing happen to you because you came with me. So like I just can't go for that. So like some guys I was going to middle school with, we kind of got into a little scuffle with some people at the school, and like it kind of went left, and I just, you know, I kind of hit somebody a little too hard and kind of put them in a little situation. So I ended up getting like, I went to juvenile. It was like a wild situation. Like it was wild, but like that kind of like molded me to who I am today, though. Like to like the people I touch on the daily. Like I just. From me seeing like at that time, I was like, I don't necessarily know if I would have been like a Division I like player. I don't know that, but like the opportunity was there, and like once you make one like bad decision, it's kind of like now you just got to go step by step, day to day to get back to where you was.
And I think that's what separates you from a lot of people is like you were in that situation, but then you bodied it. You flipped it on its head to now you're doing what you're doing.
No, for sure.
Instead of letting one thing lead to two, lead to three, lead to four. You learn from it. No L's, just lessons type of thing.
No, straight up though.
So Miller career for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then you said Madison something?
Yeah, I went to Madison Prep where I graduated from, but like
where's that at?
It's closed. Both of my high school, like both of the last, my junior year and my senior, both of those schools are closed. So like, imagine it's like, that was probably, I can't say, if I could compare it to anything, it should have just been a camera with us, because it was like, every day was a movie. Like the basketball part, just the everyday, like the everyday in the building just was so different than anything that I was like surrounded by in school. And like, you know Tony Irons, right? Mm-hmm. So that was like, I knew him growing up, but I didn't know him that well. But like, I knew his dad, because like his dad and my dad are close. And his dad was like my mom's principal at like Vashon back in the day. So like the connection was crazy. So like when I got out of like juvenile, I had to do community service. So like I was like, I'm in the community center all the time. So I ended up doing it at the West End Center. Like that's where like his dad was working, like Floyd or whatever. But I was already like, my dad already kind of told me like St. Louis Public Schools, I couldn't go back to like there. So like, and I stayed in the city, so I knew I wasn't going to county school. So like the next best option was like Imagine. So like making that move, going there, being around Tony and like the guys that they brought in, like our team was crazy. Like Martavian Payne, Kevin Baker, Eric Clark. We had Jeremiah Price, Emmanuel Vaughn. Like the team was loaded. Like it was loaded, and this was like when I came in as a sophomore, I wasn't even playing there. Like I had to sit that whole season, so I just watched them like play. Like that kind of like opened my eyes up to just like different style of basketball though. Like,
and what was different about it?
The aggression, like it was what I needed. Like we like pressing, we trapping, and in a sense though, like in practice, you know what I'm saying? Like it really ain't it's not really no calls, no out of bounds. Like so in a sense, you really never look at the ref and kind of ask her too much. Like the coach will, but like you probably won't, because like in practice was like I done had a lot of fights in practice too. So like, yeah, like that was like, I think that going to Imagine kind of like let me know like everything that I like been through. Like you could just, for however long the game is, once you're on the court, you could just be you, and like everything be all right.
That's how it was at Webster. In practice, like no fouls, no out of bounds.
See, I was feeling them vibes, and we was just at the Webster game against U City, and it was just in the air. And
That's right.
You. So, do you sit at? I got a question for you. Do you sit in the same seat every time you go to the game? Or
I try to, but sometimes I show up too late.
all right, okay. I had to ask. No.
Why you say that?
Cause I mean, like me being a champion and just knowing like how the basketball, like everybody outlet to basketball is different. But I just had to ask though, cause you could actually go back to your high school and like sit in the gym and just you could sit there and watch that game, but like you could actually vividly see you on the court, like back then with your teammates. So like I was just asking because I don't really get those. I don't really get that opportunity though.
That's a good point. So like I was saying before we hopped on, I hooped at Fontbonne after high school, and they're closing this summer. WashU is buying them out, so they're shutting it down. So I've always wondered that, like, what it'll feel like to, like I won't be able to go back to games in the gym that I used to play, even just like driving by.
Yeah.
It won't really be there.
Yeah, so like that's how I feel when I ride down Jefferson and I ride past and I see Kip. And like, don't get me wrong, like I like Kip. Like at Forest Park, we done recruited players from Kip. When I ride past, I see one of my like, well, he didn't finish the season, but one of my favorite players that we had.
A lot of them didn't finish the season.
Well, we don't even got to get into that. But one of my favorite players that I coached from Kip that played under us was his name Moo. When I ride past and see his face on the building, like I be really thinking like this building used to be green. Like this was the house that I built. Like me and my guys built this. Like, but it's cool though. Like time changed, so I know how they go.
Yeah, but then not one but two of your schools.
Well, yeah, the other one was different though. Madison was totally different. We went from like almost 1,000 kids in the building at Imagine to like we went to probably like 300 kids. Like it was crazy. And the school was like an elementary school. Like the stalls were so small. Like it was crazy. I didn't even go to school the first week. The first week of my senior school year, I didn't go to school because I didn't know what school I was going to.
Huh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So then so Imagine is your sophomore/junior year, and then Madison senior year. And then like what teams are you guys playing at Madison?
No, in Madison, we was St. Louis Public. So we played, like when we was at Imagine, I don't know how we was playing St. Louis Public Schools, but we wasn't a St. Louis Public School. So like when we went to state though, we was class 4 my junior year, and we ended up losing to Dorial Green Beckham. Man, crazy athlete. Probably the crazy. Now that I'm in the TBL, he ain't the craziest athlete I've seen, but at that time, he was the craziest athlete I ever came across. So we ended up losing to them junior year, and then Sodan won that year. So coming back the next year when they closed our school and we had Madison, we went and won that year. But so yeah.
So then, at what point you said? I think it was sophomore year. You got your first letter from Ohio University.
Yeah.
So take me through like the recruitment process for you. At what point did you know you were gonna play in college? How did that whole process go?
Like early on, like I was kind of locked in with the basketball, but I still had like extra stuff going on outside of basketball. But like I ain't know what avenues to take early on. But like when I got the first letter, then it kind of like opened my eyes because that's something I did. Like I did a lot of NY2LA. I kind of bounced around with Ramey a little bit. So like I did a lot of I actually played a lot in the summer. So like whatever I guess they seen, they liked it. But I can say like after I got in trouble though, I kind of like veered off from it. I didn't think I was going to college for a while. And then I ended up having a meeting with my mom, the principal at the school, and like Coach Irons, and they kind of told me if I ain't, because I told him I wasn't going. So when I told him that, he kind of gave me an option. Like he told me, this was my junior year. I told him I wasn't going to college. He was like, well, you ain't playing basketball no more. I'm like,
Tony said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my mom was like right there behind it. Like she was for it all. Man, my mom turned me in when I got locked up. That's crazy. That was that's what I knew. Me personally, I can't do nothing. I can't get in no trouble, none of that. My mom and my pops, like, they let me be me, but they was strict, but they kind of like, if you make those decisions, like, that's on you.
I feel like there's a good balance, though.
No, it balanced out. It worked out well now.
Right. Yeah, because you see some parents that, like, helicopter trying to control every move.
Yeah.
And then those are the kids that end up being, like, the sneakiest and most deceiving and, you know. But then there's also the other side of it where they just let the kid rock out, do whatever they want. No boundaries, no nothing. And that can also go the other way.
No, it can, though.
Facts. So where did you end up playing college?
Man, that was the craziest thing. I ended up going to small city I wouldn't even say a city, a small town in Illinois called Kewanee, Illinois. I went to Black Hawk College. Not even a basketball known school. It was more known for like agriculture. So like I was in the middle of nowhere. Like, but that's what you get when like you get in trouble like that. When you do all the stuff I was doing, you're not like, they know what you did. They're not recruiting you.
Right.
So when he came to St. Louis to recruit me, like this was my coach at the time, which me and him are like this now. Like I didn't like him at first because when he came down here, he literally told me like, I just know you once stayed and like I heard you were good and basically you're gonna be the last guy I signed. I heard your story. Like what? Like you don't even know if I can play? He was like, I mean, that doesn't matter. Like you really don't have any options right now. I was like, man, I don't know about all this, but my coach kind of told me like, my coach and my daddy told me like, you got to be loyal to who being loyal to you. He drove 4 hours in a Prius. He pulled up to the West End Center. Like we over there on the west side. He came and seen me. There's no AC in the building. Like he hot. Like, and he was there for probably about 3-4 hours, and we just in there hooping. He offered me the scholarship before I even played. He even never seen me play. So it was crazy. It was it was a crazy situation. But I went down there. I ended up doing a visit there just because, like, the places that I was going, like, I'll go work out. And, like, it was crazy because, like, I'll go work out. And, like, I'm thinking, like, the paper going to be there when the workout done. But they like, nah, we just going to send it to the school. I'm like, all right. But, like,
paper, like, and national letter of intent.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, I'm signing right then and there. I went to, like, me and Tony drove to, like, 5-6 schools. So I'm thinking it's really finna be that. But, like, once they kind of peeped the background, they like, nah, I don't know. And then I can't say outside of the background, it ain't like I was a 3-point shooter. I'm going in there just being able to defend and, like, dunk. Like, my offensive game wasn't all the way, like, polished at the time. But I was for sure, elite defender. Anything I'm blocking, I'm probably going to pin anything to the glass, anything come off the rim, I'm liable to go get it. But outside of that, I wasn't shooting no threes, though.
Were you always the high motor type of player?
Yeah. And to be honest, yeah, as long as I can remember, I've been a loudmouth on the court since I was a little kid. Like, I remember, like, back when I used to play, like, when we was playing with the pressure back at, like, Herbert Hoover, Matthew Dickey, like, that's how I knew, like, certain people just don't play as hard as me, and I kind of picked up on that early. Like, I used to actually be running down the court telling people I'm coming to get them, and they'll still lay the ball up, and I just pin it to the glass, like, or just block it out of bounds. Like, this like in the 4th and 5th grade.
I like it, bro. It's that intimidation, the game within the game.
No, yeah. And, I grew up watching Mike and, like, KG, real 90s basketball. So, like, Mike was just, you walk in my room back in the 90s, you just going to see everything Michael Jordan. And then, like, being around my dad and just, like, going to the gym and then seeing local basketball talent, like, I think I could do that. But I always was watching the better players, though. Like, I was always in the gym watching the better players, just watching the moves they did, though. Like, I never was looking at it like, oh, he cold, he nice. I was just trying to see the moves he was doing because I wasn't necessarily trying to do them. But, like, I'm counting his dribbles. So if I ever, like, play against him, I know what I got to do. But, like, I was young at the time, though.
That's the best time to do it. There's a lot of research on, they're called mirror neurons. Mm-hmm. So, like, you watch someone and, like, you kind of mentally do it in your head and you can kind of like me and you, we've hooped so much that we can watch something and we can kind of feel ourselves do it just by sitting there and watch it. When you're a kid, it's like 10 times that. Your brain is like malleable. It's real easy to
control.
Yes, to mold and shape. So like, who were the players that you remember watching when you were a kid?
Local?
Yeah.
Young, I was in Vashon locker room a lot. So like, I watched my brother, which I don't know if you noticed, the coach at Jefferson College.
The head coach?
Yeah.
I don't, but shout out to, you're talking about Jeffco.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex King. He's the assistant there.
He was on the show.
I had him on,
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy thing, I got a lot of respect for that guy. We had a conversation before one of my games. He kind of like told me, like, I don't necessarily know if like, well, it wasn't nothing too deep. He just told me like he liked my energy. Like, you know, they beat us that night though. Well, they beat us both nights, so I still feel a way about those games, but it's cool though. But nah, he told me like he liked my energy. So like, no, I respect them. I respect what they got going on down there though. But no, like I grew up watching the head coach at there. That's like my brother. He kind of like raised me in a sense through woes. Like him and my old dude real close or whatnot. So like I grew up watching him. It was a lot of Vashon players, I can't say though. Until I got to actually being, majority as a kid, it was majority like Vashon players, like the Nick Kearns, Baby James. Like I was coming up catching them waves. Outside of that, it was like the local just basketball hoopers though. Like might be East Side. Like I might go in Tandy's one day, Darius Miles and them might be there or something, like having just a little regular rec game, like that type of stuff. Like I used to be seeing a lot of basketball, a lot of good basketball.
There is, so you're a good person to ask this. Because what year were you born?
94.
94, 90s baby. So this will be good to get your perspective on it. There's this narrative, depending on who you ask. Mm-hmm. A lot of people will say the talent in St. Louis has fallen off. They kind of benchmarked after 2020, which is when Caleb Love graduated. Mm-hmm. After 2020, it kind of fell off, and it hasn't been what it used to be. You grew up in kind of what some people might consider the prime or whatever. Mm-hmm. What's your perspective on that?
I don't necessarily know if it took a step down, like, cause I could go to some games and I could really like see some talent from some young guys, and I can go to a little kids tournament and see some elite stuff too. So I don't know though, cause like the youngsters around here right now, I don't necessarily say they play like, the style is just totally different though right now. That's the only thing I can say, but I don't think the talent is like declined though, cause I don't know of too many other cities, if they bring 5 out of their age groups to come here, I don't know, like if you get 5 grown men to come play against the best grown men in St. Louis, the best high schoolers, the best middle schoolers, I don't think whatever state they at, whoever this I don't know if they coming in here being able to beat them though. Like the talent might not be there, but it's one thing that's you're not going to outplay them though. Like
guys from St. Louis?
St. Louis going to play hard. If they not going to play hard, they just not cut like that.
See, I feel like we've lost that.
Okay.
And that's my biggest thing. I feel like we've lost that.
I don't necessarily say, I wouldn't say that we lost it. I don't think that I think the way they play right now, I think they do think they're playing hard, but like nobody is up 25. Now, this is what I can say. Nobody is up 25 in this right now and still diving on the floor. I only seen one person do that. I only seen one person in a big league dive on the floor, and he's in one person. But I know a few people around our time, I know I would have did it. I know a few people who still like would do that. So I don't know. That's a tough one though.
Yeah. Because it's like, because I do agree, we're more skilled than ever. Yeah, just because,
it's different right now.
Yeah. But then in terms of like what as St. Louis, a city, what we've produced talent-wise, where they've gone on to go play in college.
Yeah.
People say 2020 is the benchmark because like Caleb Love, Blue Blood, Courtney Carty, big time. Tatum, like, as opposed to after 2020, it's a lot of we consistently pump out mid majors and low majors consistently, but there hasn't been like a guy.
Well, we might got two right now.
We might have two right now.
We might got two in Littlefield for sure. Philip Russell for sure. Philip Russell might be.
They went to Vashon?
Yes.
Where's he at now?
VCU.
That's right.
Everywhere he went though, they done made a nice run to like make some noise. So I think him and Keyshawn
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
even Nick Kern.
I was about to say he's at Penn State doing his thing.
Still got motion there.
Yeah.
Cam ain't done.
Who?
Fletcher.
I know he's at Xavier.
Yeah.
On his last year, probably, isn't he?
I believe so.
Okay. Maybe there's some opportunities for him.
No, it should be.
Okay. I haven't been able to watch him. And then there's someone else. Oh, Terrace Reed. He went to Chaminade for 2 years, maybe. Transferred to Linkier Prep. And then Michigan. And he's at UConn this year.
Really?
Yeah.
He played at UConn this year, or he going there?
This year.
But I do got one though. My boy though. I do believe my boy Aeneas Futrell can make a run. I do believe he could do that. Like,
yeah,
there's no doubt in my mind, lil' bro, like everything that lil' bro embodying everything he into right now. Like, I feel like he could be the next 1-2 and out of Lindenwood. That'd be crazy.
Man. Yeah, I forgot about him. Aeneas for sure. Okay, so what was the name of the college you went to? Black something?
Black Hawk East.
Black Hawk East.
That's how it is too.
Earning your agriculture degree or something that?
The thing is, I went general studies and I wasn't the last thing I was thinking about was pigs and cows. But it was cool out there though. Like, that was like the first time I was on my own. But being on my own out there was kind of like being on my own in St. Louis a little bit. Like, it wasn't bad out there, but like we really was. I wouldn't necessarily say we was struggling, but it was 15 guys in like one house, and like everybody leaned on each other like we was real brothers. Like, so some majority of them guys I still talk to like on a daily. Like, when you go to college, you find your high school, you find your friends and your peoples that you locked in with. But like when you go to college, like you finding like these people you never knew before, so you seeing if you could build relationships with them. So like going out there, that's where my game like really expanded though.
Because would you say that was like the best talent you've been around and played against up until that point?
Nah, I wouldn't say that, because that wasn't the best talent I've been around, because majority of like my summer circuits, I was bumping into a lot of guys like around that time. Like, probably the last person, and this is facts, the last person to actually like let me know that I wouldn't. It was it was really levels. The last person to ever let me know that, and I like from that day I made it a fact that nobody would ever do nothing like ever close to this. What's Kevin Looney? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we played them in the NY2LA. Him, Lil Trey Jefferson, that little squad, and they was younger than us. Yeah, they let us know like there's a difference between what y'all got going on and what we got going on. Like, I think he was a sophomore. He was the same size he is now. He's doing everything.
Damn.
He wasn't just getting the ball and passing it. No, he was getting it coming down. Yeah. Pull up tray ball. Like, he was doing that. Then you got Lil Jefferson, like my boy, like my brother Kevin Baker. Like, I love him to death. He a national tournament guy. Like, he was going at bait. Like, at however tall he was, and they was on what we was on. Like, at that time, like 2012, like, and I'm being me, so I'm out there. Like, I'm young me, so I'm popping. I'm slimed out. I'm all the way me. They on some whole GD stuff. Like, they own that. So yeah, like, it was a different time, but like for sure, that was the last time I actually bumped into some people who like let me know it was a level. So since then, ain't nobody giving me buckets. Ain't nobody getting off. But back to what you were saying, High school, I think. High school, like, there was high school and right now, like, my high school team and my TBL teams, all three of my TBL seasons, I think that's, like, the best talent I've been around. But, like, the Blackhawk, like, that's the best I ever been, like, me personally.
Got you. When you played with Ramey, was Terrell your coach?
Nah, Leon Threat was my coach.
Threat Hoops?
Yeah, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas native.
Yeah. His son played at DeSmet.
Who's?
Threat.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know he had a son.
Yeah, he was good.
Really?
He went on to play. I forget where he played at, but he was nice. So we spend 1 year at Blackhawk, 2 years?
I go to Blackhawk. Freshman year, I go crazy. Like, I go crazy. Like, it was a great season.
And what's crazy for you? Because you said you were like a 3-and-D.
Yeah, crazy for me was like going into it, being the last person he signed. I got the smallest room in the house. So, you know what I'm saying? I go down there, but I'm not knowing this at the time. And he kind of put me in a position where it was like either you going to do this or you're not going to play. So he told me that I couldn't play the post for him. So he watching me in open gym, so he was like, you just got to play point guard. I'm like, nah, I don't think that's the right decision to be making right now. Like, we ain't talk about this or whatever, and, like, this kind of, like, what kind of gave me the confidence, and, like, I had a lot of, me and him didn't see eye to eye about a lot of stuff back then, but he kind of knew, like, you could do it. So I don't know what made him believe in me, but, like, once he put me at the point guard after my first game, I just watched, after the first Jamboree game, I probably got plucked like 4 or 5 times, like before I even crossed half court. We was playing against Ellsworth. It was like a dude who was like 5 foot. And I was just coming up casually, just taking it. So, like, after that game, probably had like an hour or two for the next game. I just watched Penny Hardaway and Jason Kidd highlights and just watched how they walk the ball down. They walk you down on your hip like they coming up the floor sideways, and they just 1, 2, 3 dribble, and they going to spin the opposite way. So the next game I went out and did that versus Lincoln Trail, and I came out and had like 21 points. So, like, and I had this 21 points we was the only Division II JUCO at this tournament in Decatur. It was like majority of the schools I coach against now. So at the time, STLCC was in it, and it was loaded. Mineral Area, Mobley, Lincoln Trail. So it was a nice little wave of people there. And I actually, like, went off. So, like, kind of started getting a little notoriety. So going into the season, before the first game, he kind of just let me know, like, it was people who played there who was sophomores, but he told me it was my team. And once he told me that, it was like, I led the team in every category except points. I averaged like 10, but every other category I led the team. Rebounds, steals, blocks, fouls, turnovers, everything.
Stuff in the stat sheet.
Yeah, for sure.
So you would, like, take the ball up the court, and then how would you score?
Either, like, at the time I was in the gym with, like, my teammates out there. Like, I had a little point guard from DC. His name's C. He was always, like, on me about my ball handling. So we'd get in the lab and do that. And for the most part, once I wanted to learn how to do certain moves, I just watched Jamal Crawford. So, you know what I'm saying? It was either that or I'm running the play, and the guy who guarded me, he's a point guard, so I'm going to take him to the post. But majority of my points was just getting straight downhill, using my spin move, or just posting up the little guard. Because I didn't shoot it that well. I shot that season. He didn't see the difference between. That's when I didn't know the game at that time. Like, playing at STLCC, I learned basketball. Like, I was shooting threes out there for my coach at the Illinois school. Like, he was letting me shoot threes. I only hit 6 of them the whole season. And he let me shoot them. Like, he let me. Like, it was okay. If I was playing for coach, you know what I mean? I didn't shoot no threes playing for coach. Like, that wasn't even in my thought process. So, like, it was just a different situation though.
Yeah, that's interesting to hear. Illinois coach wanted you to play point guard, and you were like, probably not the best move. I feel like typically people, because that's him kind of saying like, maybe not necessarily the keys to the offense, but like you're the point guard, you got the ball in your hands, you're making decisions, you're making plays. I feel like most players would love that, but you were a little hesitant.
Yeah, because I never did it before.
Okay.
Like I never did it before. So, and then I just never had that responsibility. Like, I really gotta be the leader. Like, it's not like I'm in high school no more. Like, bro, them really grown men too. So like I really gotta, and then some of them was there before me, so I gotta actually tell them what to do. But like once it got to rolling, and they seen how I was coming, like everybody, we was all on the same page. Like it fell in line. We ended up having a decent season, but my coach, man, he was I don't know, man. He put a lot of people off the team around that time, and I needed some of them people. But nah, I ended up the tournament came. To fast forward through that season, the season was decent for me. But when the tournament came, that's when I kind of like let the Arrowhead Conference know, like that season. I don't necessarily know. I don't know like how far I was off, but I probably was the best player in that conference. And I'm not even trying to be cocky. I think I was probably besides the people I was in the house with, I was probably the best player in that conference.
Is there a certain play style that conference has? Like,
back then, I think it was more. Some of the schools had like shooters, but like we was more. I think we was probably the most scrappiest team. But like it was more just some teams had like physical post players that they try to feed the post to, and then like inside out. But like for the most part, nah, it was really simple though. Like when I go back and be watching the games, I just be like what? Like it's shocking that some of the stuff was happening, but nah, it was for sure a good competition out there. Like some of these people, when I go like to the Lincoln Lands or when I go to the Peoria Central, like I actually played against the coach, or like the coach that's there is the AD now, and he played against me. So it'd just be a lot of like stuff like that. That'd just be crazy about the whole Illinois side of JUCO basketball.
So then 2 years there, and then we go to STLCC.
Man, no, what's crazy is I did a year there. Then my second year, I didn't play there because I was redshirting on some academic stuff. He really was trying to get me to be solid so I can go to a 4-year. So he told me like to do that, and I wasn't really feeling that though.
Not going to a 4-year?
No. I wasn't feeling the not playing.
Oh,
not even that I was ineligible. It was just that I couldn't play because he wanted me to get like solid all the way around through like my academics and stuff. So like I wasn't feeling that. So I told my pops like I'm leaving. So like, excuse me, you say you know my pops big on loyalty. So he like, man, he took a chance on you when nobody else was trying to even give you a scholarship. You gotta stay. But he also told me like, you're a grown man now, so you gotta make your own decisions. So I ended up leaving there, and I went to Mineral Area for like a few semesters. And that I thought it was gonna be the move for me because they like number 8 in the country. I go down there like on Christmas break, and I'm watching all the guys that I actually know, grew up with, like they out there, like the number 18 in JUCO right now. My boys now, I need to go play with them. So I thought that was gonna be the wave for me, but that ain't end up working out. So I ended up, man, it was a whole lot of stuff, man. I ended up finding a regular job. Like I set out for like 2 years. Like I was just flipping chicken at KFC in Park Hills, Missouri, like just chilling, like living life. But I ended up going to a Mineral Area game and seeing STLCC get beat by like 30. They get smacked. Right after the game, like I walk up to coach, like introduce myself. He told me he knew who I was. He just gave me his card and told me to just let him know when I can come down for a meet. So I mean, I wasn't even staying in St. Louis at that time. I was staying down there.
And so you were just flipping chicken, thinking like at that time, were you like, all right, I'm retired?
I was hooping every day.
So you're trying to get back at it.
I'm in the Civic Center every day, man. Me and my cousin, man. I'm in the Civic Center every day. I'm killing. Like, I'm killing. I'm fresh off of like getting everything like handles. not really shooting, but right now I'm like anything. I'm dunking at this point. Like I'm really just physically like at a different point. Like when I get the ball, if I want to go to the hole, I'm going to the hole. Like that's just what it was. And then it was down there. Like I'm going against, like that was all right. But like in the Civic Center in Farmington, like I was like 19, 21. Nah, ain't nobody stopping me.
Yeah, but that's all like randoms.
Yeah, I know, but like no, the college guys would come up there. Like the college guys would come up there, and then I was actually I get in like some little bump with the Mineral Area team. Like lunchtime, they playing 3-on-3, 4-on-4, or after school they want to get up and down. Like I was doing that, so it was like I was bumping against good competition, but like I did think basketball was over for me at that time though. I did believe that.
And so then you just go to a STLCC game. Collins gives you his card. You call him because he doesn't do text.
I pulled up on him. I had like drove from there. Got off KFC like Friday. Drove down. Met him like 5:30. And me, I was late to our first meeting. I'm late to our meetings now, but I was late to our first meeting. And the conversation, our first conversation, I didn't know if I was going to play for him, though. Like,
based on how the meeting went?
I knew basketball-wise it was the right decision, but, like, we got to talking life. Like, I just met him. Like, I don't know this guy. Like, we just straight talking life, and he just trying to see what's up about me. And then I give him the breakdown with everything I had going on at that time. And he just was like, well, if you move back to St. Louis, then we can make something happen. Well, once he told me that, I moved back. And the first 10 minutes in the conversation, he just asked me what I want. I just said, I just want to win the championship. And, like, once I said that, he just knew what time I was on. So, like, knowing what he had coming back, I was interested in, like, playing. Then coming back to St. Louis for the first time in, like, 3-4 years, it was like, I need to be back home.
And who was on the squad when you were there?
My point guard now who played for the Griffins, Sean Rick Maiden, Devontae Harrell, Ty Sims, Rashad Amos, Marquise Peppers, Courtney Barlow. Man, we had Big Drew, my boy. We had a loaded little squad. Hendo, Jorman, probably one of the best Asians since. Well, I don't even think bro is Asian, but I say Philippine. My boy Brian, he's still getting it in right now. Over there in the Filipino League, 2-time champion over there. Man, we had some nice heat. Anybody I'm missing, y'all know we won the championship, so we good. We good.
Pep's dad coached me for a little bit.
See, them for sure like my brothers too though. Like from Uncle Pops on down, all the way down to Granny. Like that's the family too, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I got good memories of his dad coaching me at Center St. Louis in like middle school. How would you describe Colin's coaching style?
The closest thing to when I say this, I want to say this the right way. The closest thing to a mild Bobby Knight. But I like Bobby Knight though. Like Bobby Knight, like I looked up to him. But like I look up to Coach. Coach like my best friend, but he's just different. It's real. He's just his way. And that kind of, if you could come in there and embrace that, you could do anything after you do that. Like you could do anything. Real talk. Because like it's very up on you, and it may like it may take people back, but like Coach is just real hard on like he know what got to happen to win. Like to win a championship, he knows what to do. Because
he's done it a bunch.
So he knows.
I'm not exactly sure what his resume is, but I know he's won a lot.
He needs it. Like around, like I done been around a lot of coaches. Best X's and O's coach I ever been around. Like ever.
I remember you saying that we had the first time we dapped up at a game last year after y'all won. Y'all were cutting the nets down.
Man, what is it? What day is it? March what? It's March 17th. That was a year and 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember you talking to some parent after the game, and you say he's the best X's and O's coach I've been around.
Man, like, I sit there and, like, I could walk in the office, and he, like, sitting there watching film. He might have his chili, his grapefruit. He's just watching film, right? And, like, you could say something to him, and, like, it's me who just walked in, so he gonna slow me down, like, have me watch the film or whatever. But, like, we could be watching one play for, like, 20, 30 minutes. Like, he's watching film from the time he get to the school to the time he leave. Like, and everything that is gonna be broke down, like, practice plan, everything. Like, I never seen nobody, like, the way he's doing it outside of, like, his style, like, everything that he do, like, I want to pick that up. Like, I don't necessarily know if I could pick everything up, but I'm trying to pick up everything he, like, everything that we talk about he give me, I try to pick everything up because, like, I done seen, like, we get in situations where we playing against some of the best teams in the country, but they got whoever they got. These guys ain't from nowhere close to here, all over the world, and we got real deal, like, local talent, and we beating these guys or we in close games with these guys. And it's not because of the other team not that good or we just that great. Like, that whole week, we prepared to go to war. And, like, I'm not – the only person I know, if I could have him on any sideline with me, I'm going with Coach because he going to get it done. Like, it's going to happen.
That's motivational, too, that you said, like, he watches film all the time.
Yeah.
Because, like, if anyone can skip a day and not watch film and not get better, it's him. The amount of years, the sweat that he has in the game, he could do it.
He's not doing it.
Right. So, fuck I look like,
man,
you know?
Don't let me say that I'm tired or something. Don't let me say that around Coach. Like, you're not doing shit. What are you talking about? He just be like, he locked in. Like, he really locked in on what he got going. And, like, only thing outside of basketball, like, he big on the church vibes. But, like, outside of basketball, good person, good dude. Like, people from 30 years, his first college team still call him and just check up on him, chop it up. Like, players that's in jail, he send letters to. Like, he go visit these people. Like, man, that's a real solid dude. Like, a dude that ain't, honestly, he never seen, like, if you come and have a conversation with him, if you lock in with him, you locked in. Like, he'll never, like, turn his back on you. You locked in for sure.
He's cool people for sure. So you guys won. I get it all mixed up because there's like regionals, there's districts.
So in the NJCAA, it's so much.
So what did you win when you were playing there?
When I went there, I won regions and I won districts.
And regions is what y'all won last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Region 16. So I won regions in Missouri. Then we ended up going down there to Arkansas, well, West Memphis to play Mid-South. And that was probably, like, that's probably the best game of my career ever. No, it's not. That's the second best. My two freshman year tournament games was the best games ever. But my that year was crazy because I ended up getting injured. Like, we had a conversation. Like, this what type of guy TC is. Before the season starts, y'all sit down and have a conversation like real NBA teams. Like, what do you think you bring to the team? And this is me. Like, I'm 22 years old. I'm the oldest person on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been off for 2 years, working out, playing, whatever. I mean, I just feel like I'm back. So I'm sitting down with him like I'm sitting down with you, and we talking. He asked me what you think you can bring to the team. I'm like, well, defense, energy, scoring, and I just got the name and a list of things. And he stopped me when I said scoring. He was like, no. We don't need you to do any of that. We don't need you to score. Everything was right until you said score. Defense, energy, rebound, and I need you to be present in the classroom. We don't need you to score. We run a triangle. We'll put enough points on the board to win a game. And I just was like, man, whatever. Like, so that was the meeting. So, like, going into, like, the jamboree time, we rolling. Like, we get the triangle kind of earlier than he expected. We kind of understand it. I ended up getting hurt. We had a great weekend. I ended up getting hurt. It was my MCL, it was sprained. And I ain't never dealt with no injury. I never dealt with an injury, but that was also the first time when I went to STLCC. It was the first time I actually been in the weight room. So that whole time I wasn't doing no weights, nothing. Through college, high school, I wasn't doing too many weights. When it was weight time, I was finding my way out of it for sure. So with him though,
I know a lot of people like you.
Yeah. So when you bump into him though, everything with him is on schedule. He walking past the weight room. He could see if you're in there. So I was skipping some of his too, but I did have to go to a few of them. Lifting weights with him, I got up to like 195.
On what?
Just out my weight.
Got you.
And we had a conversation like around the time I got injured, and he was just telling me like, you haven't played in 2 years, so you're not going to really be good until like March. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm going to be good now. Like, just give me the brace and we'll be good. So I ended up getting the brace. I played the whole season with the brace, which was horrible, like horrible. Playoffs came. I done rehabbed enough where it's time to take it off. So like, once I took the brace off, like every game after that was like 15 plus. Like, so going up there to win the districts, we was losing the whole game. Man, we end up coming back, man. We in a timeout. I ended up going off on one of my teammates because somebody was killing them. I ended up going off on him. Coach was drawing up a play on the board, and I said whatever I said, and he just erased the board. Like, nah, we going KZ for miles. We just ran the same play like 4 or 5 times in a row. I kept getting it in the post, and I just kept scoring. So we ended up coming back. We go on like like this is the wildest game. Like if we watched it, you wouldn't even believe it. We go on a 20-0 run. We end up winning it, and then we end up going to nationals. But nationals is a whole nother story. We end up getting smoked up there though.
Because you were talking about levels to shit earlier. That's different level.
Yeah, that was the first time our team seen like footers. You got 2 footers on the bench just to back up whoever, like the post guy right now. It was crazy.
And that was your last year playing at CC?
Yep.
Okay. So then from there, what's the move?
Right after that, me and him had a conversation, and I was 22 at the time. Like, school wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh, wow, like, I'm going to class. But, like, I was going, but, like, I wasn't, like, doing no homework and nothing. Like, I was just really after we lost, I was just like, man, I'm going to go just so he don't get mad. Like, I'll go sign in, and that was it. Like, I wasn't really tripping. So once we had our end of the season meeting, the schools who was off after me, like, he's so real. He a realist. He not putting out no product if it can't, like, be sold. So, like, my grades was bad. He couldn't tell them to sign me anyway. So he just told me it's time to get a job. So what we doing? So after that, he's so honest. He was like, yeah, I'm not telling anybody to come check you out because this is, like, over. He straight said it like that. And I couldn't do nothing but respect it because, like, at this point, me and him so close. Like, everything he say right now is, like, words bond because we done built a relationship. Like, first couple months, me and him didn't see eye to eye. After that, when I come out the game, I don't even walk to the end of the bench. I just come out and sit next to him. Like, we have a conversation about whatever. But, yeah, so after that, I was still coming to practice every day once I got off work, going into that following season. And then that team was pretty good. They ended up knocking a few people. But I was literally there every day. And he just asked me one day, like, what you feel about coaching? And, I mean, I was like, well, I don't know. But if that means I could still be here every day, then I'll do it. So he told me to fill out the little volunteer joint. So I did. And I was volunteering my first year. And that year that was an interesting year because we was so small.
What year was that?
I want to say 2018, 2019. I believe so. No. 16. All right. Because I was there in 16, 17. So I'll say like 17, 18 maybe. Yeah, the year that we had.
You played there in 16, 17?
Yes, because I sat.
Oh, because you took a couple years off.
Yep. So when I came back, it was 2016.
So you played with my guy Chris Gordon.
So that mean they was no. Chris Gordon was after me.
No.
Well, that mean I'm getting my years mixed up because I know that was 2016 for me. That was 2016. Once we get off the air, I can disclose to you how I know the year, like how I remember the year.
Okay.
But yeah, it was 16 for me. But Chris did. Matter of fact, man, I don't even know how many games Chris played for us, but I remember Chris. Chris might have been on that team, but I don't know if he played. He might have been on that team, but I don't know if he played because I do remember Chris Gordon being in, and he was in and out for a while. I for sure. I remember that vivid. Matter of fact, before we get done, I'll make sure if that's fact. He might have been on that team, but I don't think he played though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because I for sure, that's Cordier's brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, yeah, for sure know that guy. But I don't know if he played for us. But, like, the team that I ended up coaching, we was small guards. My boy Robion, man, from little bro from Rittner. His team with Charles from Northwest, who redshirted under us, that team was, like, the first team I coached. And, like, after the season was going so crazy, coach got mad and just said, I can't do it no more. You coach him. So he ended up sitting down my first season. So once he sat down, we ended up going to the championship when we lost. We lost by 2. The guy went to the line, 96% free throw shooter. Went to the line, missed both of them. We lose to North Central to go to the districts that year.
You said 98?
96.
That's elite.
Yeah, and on top of that, the crazy thing about it, the basketball guys never lie. We doing free throws before we leave to get on the bus. You got to shoot 10 before you leave. I don't know how many he shot, but I just know he called my name so fast. And, like, if anybody who been to a practice at STLCC, that's the only way you leave is hitting your free throws. So you got to call coach. He going to blow his whistle. And everybody going to watch you shoot the free throw. So coach went downstairs. And bro, like, called me. So if he called me, I'm going to do the same thing coach going to do. Tell everybody who turn it is to shoot. I don't know how many he shot, but he did not shoot 10. And he shot it. He made that free throw, though. And that somebody was like, man, you ain't shoot 10. And he just was like, he kind of like brushed him off like, yeah, whatever. So we get to the game. It's like 2 seconds left. He get fouled. We know. Matter of fact, it's double bonus. He get fouled in the front court, like not even doing nothing. He just get fouled. He go miss both. I don't think that guy ever played basketball after that either. He's a rapper now. I love you to death, but I never say his name though. But he a rapper now. I don't think he hooped after that.
That's the basketball gods for sure.
Man, all the way.
I was gonna ask you about that. So like, because him sitting down, you standing up during games, that still happens now.
Yeah.
And I've been very curious about that for a long time. So like during a game, what are your responsibilities? What are his? Who's doing the subs? Who's talking in the timeouts?
Well, this year we had extra. We had Charles, who also played there. We had Cam Lockett, who played there and transferred. Then we had Rashad Amos, who played on my team, who I went with, and then he played there the year after me. They joined the coaching staff this year, so Rashawn was control of the subs. And like me, I'm strictly defense. If I had to say myself how I'm looking at it, I'm strictly defense. I'm letting coach strategize, but like I am calling the plays, but like I'm not as strategic as he is to what we got to do. Like when I see the ball go through the hole, like I'm okay. And once I see we got to stop, I'm okay. Like I'm not really telling certain people not to shoot. Like that's just more like he know that like I'm bringing more positive energy, you know, like because if he was coaching him it'll be a totally different situation because like it's not that he bringing the same energy, but like he really just want to see perfection in certain things. So it's like certain things him sitting down is kind of better for him just so he could really be able to see the game and evaluate the changes on the fly. I think him being able to do that is better for him though right now, because like him sitting there watching it like that, it's kind of like he watching film. So he could slow it down and he'll tell me whatever he need to tell me. And like he believe in me like more than I believe in myself sometimes. So like me like making certain calls and doing certain things, like it ain't never been nothing that happened in the game outside of probably me getting a tech or something that he ain't kind of like trying to change my idea on. Like it's just a split decision on what's gonna happen. So that's been me standing though has been like, I see what type of like confidence he got in me though.
Because you say he was doing that your first year.
Yeah, but that was like an accident though, because the team was just like they wasn't filling the triangle, so they wasn't running it. So like we had to do something else. So like that's kind of how it went. But like after that season, he stood a little bit, and then he gave like my first year I stood, then he stood again. Then after that, we had a team come in, which was Aeneas' and them freshman year. That year, he wanted me to stand. We had conversations about like you should stand. But like me looking at that team and coaching them through the summer, that team was on track to be better than my team. So I told them they don't need me, they need you. Like they need you to be you. And he was. And that was the last time like he was able to just be him. Like as far as everything that he said, everything that he did, like everybody was able to be a sponge and embrace everything instead of like now, not to say like the younger guys don't really embrace it. It's just harder to be able to relate to it because like it's coming at you a little different than usual. But like when I pull you to the side and explain what he said, it's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So that team needed him.
Because it's the way that you deliver the message, it's easier for them to absorb it.
Yeah, and the way that I'm talking to you, like this is how I pretty much talk to everybody. So like when I'm hitting you with like certain lingo and like certain stuff I might say, he gonna say it that way, and then once you come over here with me, I might say it, but I might curse or something. Like I might say something totally different, but it's the same thing. So it's like you relate to it more. And then like with me, with my players, like anybody could tell you, I'm never like I don't want you to be like, no, yes sir, no sir. Like nah, I'm just big bro. Like I ain't that dude. Like you ain't gotta be uptight. Like I want everybody to be relaxed, cause like playing for him, if you ain't relaxed, you'll be out there being a robot. And like you can't give everything to your team if you're out there being a robot, you know? So like me, I'm just here to like smooth it over because he gonna be him. And it's nothing that he said or nothing that he's done that I just was like, I can't feel that. Cause like when he coached me, he coached us full throttle. So like I ain't seen nothing but that. So to see what I'm with now, like it's cool. It's a cool situation for sure.
Why do you think there's been that shift of like the Bobby Knight old school, quote unquote, type of coach?
That wouldn't have been able to work.
And why do you think that is? Because is it just like a generation thing?
You know Steven Jackson, right? From like the NBA player?
Oh, on All the Smoke?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what he did to one of his coaches? He choked him out.
What coach?
I want to say, I'm not sure. It wasn't Pop. But I don't know.
Indiana, maybe?
Maybe Indiana, but I don't know. It may have been either his rookie year or the Indiana year. I don't know, but that type of stuff, man, people wouldn't have been going for that. Bobby Knight used to be turned up.
Right. But then that was cool back then. Like people kind of accepted it.
I feel like the game was different. And on top of that, I feel like certain people you didn't have to answer to nobody back then. Like Bobby Knight probably didn't have to answer to his AD. Like his AD wasn't coming to his office telling them to chill out. She'd probably get a chair thrown at her. You know? So it's just a different situation. But as times change though, I feel like it needed to do this though. I feel like the changes needed to happen though, for sure. Just to cater to like, because these are at the same time though. Those were kids still. Like some of these people was freshmen coming straight out of high school. So you know.
So then, what about the argument for like building tough men?
Well, everybody's just not cut like that. It's just some people that just won't be able to. Like you could get on somebody, like me for instance. Coach could say whatever to me. Like Coach said whatever to me. He could say whatever to me, and I'm just gonna go about the game. Like I might laugh. Me and him used to get into this conversation. I would laugh because it was nothing like, I don't want to make him think I'm upset. I'm not upset, but like, okay, you're going to say what you're going to say, but I'm still going in the game. Like I'm still going to go in the game. I'm still going to play hard. But like some people get, if a coach get on them, it could shift their whole mood. Like I never been that person though. So that's kind of like, if you get people who cut from that and just know that like, for the 2 hours of the game and the 2 hours for the practice, Coach right. If people could just accept that, it'll be a lot of better basketball players.
Potentially, yeah. It's just a weird balance because now it's like all player empowerment and the portal, and like you don't like your situation, you can go find a new one. In some situations,
but that's not always the best thing though.
That works out well. In other situations, like your pops, when you were gonna leave Blackhawk, I think he was instilling that value in you of you got to stay loyal to those who stay loyal to you. Like those are life lessons that you learn and can like become a better person because of.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm not leaving STLCC until they kick me and Coach out. For real.
I was, we brushed over this earlier, but I'm going to bring it up again because I asked Jamal, I worked him out a couple days ago, and I said, hey, like, I got Jet coming on the pod. You have anything that you want me to ask him? And he wanted your thoughts on last year's 7. I'm trying to think of a good name for him because there's like core 4, big 3. I don't know what a good name for 7 is. But it started out the year with 14, 15 people. By the time you're winning regionals, you got 7 people on the roster.
Yeah, man. That was, I got to pull this up because you just said it, so I got to pull the picture up. This is like by far the toughest sports picture I ever been in. Like, and on top of that, them boys right there, them boys will forever be like, everybody that I coach know that like when it comes to like relationships, I build good relationships, forever be my brothers. But like I look at them 7 totally different though. Like they really paved the way for what Protect the Arch means for sure. Like it's been going on, but like nobody would even nobody could imagine just going through your day with the people that you got and coming off. They freshman year, they went to the championship and lost. And we ended up losing to the Kansas City school, Metropolitan, they had one of our guys who went there that year. It was a crazy situation. But coming into their sophomore year, 6'4", Jamal and Devin, like them 3 was the last 3 left from Aeneas's freshman year group.
Who's 6'4"?
Pootie. DeMarco Buchanan.
Marco.
Yeah, my fault. But that was the last wave of like Aeneas group, and they actually played with him. And like, you know what I'm saying, bro he kind of pushed the water a little bit. And going into their sophomore year, them 3, I don't know if I seen first thing, I don't know if I seen nobody outwork Jamal the 2 years that I was with him. If me and Coach had this conversation. The game that I was telling you about, like my third best game ever. Coach like pushed that to like the second best performance of an archer when that man had 20 and 20, like
against Moberly.
Yeah, and then he spun, and then when he did it in the championship though against when he did in the championship game that we won. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that 7, nobody worked harder than them, because it was like Coach was I was coaching, but Coach was still him though. And he was on them like it was still 15 people in practice. Like, you got at some point, like, practice now, we not being able to scrimmage. Like, we're not doing that. We can't do that no more. Like, and it wasn't even like, the crazy part about it is we lost people. Like, we didn't lose people just to like eligibility. Like, people actually quit. Like, life stuff came up, so people just started like disappearing. And to be honest with you, it kind of happens at Forest Park a little bit. Like, people kind of get lost in the sauce and can't really balance it all. But them 7, the stuff they did, like the last man off the bench, I call him Tony. I call my boy Tony. It's to the point where nobody even knew his name wasn't Tony. Like, I'm calling him Tony just because he reminded me of Tony Parker. But he come off the bench in a big game. I think we had
Felipe, or what was his name? Felipe.
I don't even know who he was playing. I think he was playing Mobley. I think this is when we beat, I think when we beat Mineral Area. It was one of them. And he, like, when he used to get in the game, they used to try to harass him because he was the smallest guy. So he like the point guard, the backup point guard when he get in. But he had to do everything right, though. Like, you got to think about it. The 2 people off the bench, man, their strings was the shortest. But they had to go in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my boy Jalen Watson. Much love to my boy, too.
Shout out Jalen.
Yeah, so, like, them 2, the last 2 off the bench, man, them dudes stay so positive. Like, it was days I could look at them, like, I could read people real well. I could look at them and just tell, like, it's weighing on them. Like, not that it's just 7 of us, like, because at some point, the 5 that was playing with Julius and Ray outside of the other 3 not coming out the game. Jamal, 6'4", Dev, they not coming out the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to think about it, like, when Jalen Watson get in with Jamal, like, now Jamal on the outside of the triangle. And then you got, like, when Felipe get in, Dev and DeMarco off the ball. So, like, defensively, they was there. Like, watching film, paying attention to details with Coach, like, they was there. Like, them 7, I could honestly say I would do that again. I'd take them 7 with me anywhere to if we go on the hoop. But we did run into what we ran into after regionals was crazy though.
I watched that game, but I forget most of it.
It's okay. I try to forget it, but I never forget. The guy shot a 3. He shot 3. He missed it. And before it bounced off the rim, he was already on the ball and he crammed it. Boom. And the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm turned myself. So we hooping, and then it's me and the crowd, and then like I'm checking out that coach, like the energy me and him got, like it's just a great basketball situation. But like after he dunked that ball, I turned around and I looked at the 3 people who was on the bench, because it's coach and then the 2 players who went in. Matter of fact, my brother was on the bench too. I just turned around and looked at everybody. And all of us had the same look on our face. And I said, this just might be it, y'all. Like, we ran into a wall though. Like, they had us figured out, and it was 7 of us. Like, they ran, like that last game, I don't even think we just lost, because they wasn't better than us, because we just ran out of gas. Like, because them dudes worked so hard. Like, they wasn't taking days off. Jamal, I think Jamal wrist was hurt that whole season. 6'4".
Fucking wrist, ankle.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got
everything.
You got 6'4". Like, he was I was 30. I was 30. LeBron was 28. So his body, you know what I'm saying? He like
He's got that old man body.
And he like Ja Morant though. Like he not just laying the ball up though. He's really like a high flying type of guy. Then you got Dev, who a physical guard. You know what I'm saying? You got Ray shooting. Then you got Julius in between game. Like we just ran out of gas. Still with Felipe and Jalen. Like that was a tough team, and that's kind of like what I can honestly say. Like my team did a lot, but that team will forever go down as, to me, one of the toughest teams in JUCO basketball. Like 7 players. You look at the picture, like from the beginning to the end. Nobody, across the country, nobody's doing that.
I got done working mall out one day. For some reason, I was walking past the hallway with the team picture, and I think there's the schedule on there. Mm-hmm. But it had everyone from the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I was like, damn, bro.
Probably over 20 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, bro, there's really 7 of them left. That's crazy. But, bro, Maul's game against Moberly, one of my all-time favorites.
For sure.
20. He had a double-double, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 10 for 10 from the line.
The thing is, though, I don't know if it was you or if it was the Alex guy who he works out with. I don't know. Which one of y'all, I don't know. Whatever y'all did to the jump shot, man, it took him so far, bro. Like, I'm going to be honest. That dude, once he found the jump shot, it's like,
over.
He wasn't even, he could catch it and just face up. And like with me coaching, like you could hear me. I'm not telling you to pass the ball. When you're doing what you're doing, face up and do you. Like do a move. Like you got moves, bro. Face up, play ball. Like once he started shooting the midi though, like that expanded it. Like the triangle went out the roof for all of us. Like for real. Like bro is a whole different type of person. I could say he works just as hard as me, but if coach was here, coach would say he worked harder than me because bro for sure getting them grades. He had a
4.0.
I don't think he had nothing less since he been with us. I don't think so. I think he the same way everywhere. And on top of that, matter of fact, that 7, everybody had good grades. People don't even know it. DeMarco was an honor roll guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maul's my dog for sure, man. 10 for 10 at the line against Moberly. Well, 10 for 10, including the 2 game-winning free throws against Moberly, who was like the number 2 JUCO in the country, something like that.
Oh, you talking about? No, that was Mineral Area.
Mineral Area.
That's when we smacked the undefeated boys.
Yes.
That was an epic night. That was the biggest one. That was the biggest win of my career. And then the second one was the one we just did, but we supposed to double back because we ended up beating the school down there in Trenton, North Central or whatever. And we supposed to spun back and beat them the next week, but we don't got to get into that.
That's the L that ended the season, isn't it?
Yeah. I got ejected that game.
I saw your story.
Yeah, I got ejected for like doing what I do. I was just standing up. It was like, you can't be standing. Like, I've been standing for 4 seasons. Why can't I stand?
You do more than just stand, though.
I know, but like, that's what I got ejected out the game for.
Did you get a T before that?
Yeah, for standing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was only 5-0. The game just started. It was 18 minutes on the clock.
Type shit.
Yeah, so we don't got to get into that, but that was the wildest thing I ever seen. So I can't wait till we get back. They think my energy be through the roof regularly. I might blow a vessel in there that night. Like what?
Get the IV ready.
No, for real.
So 2017, whatever it is, you're a volunteer coach, and then you become an assistant coach. At what point in that journey did you start hooping with the Griffins?
I started playing with the Griffins after we lost Jamal's and them freshman year. So Nia's sophomore year, DeMarco and Jamal's freshman year. We lose, and I'm on my way back home, and life is spiraling at this time for me because I got a lot of stuff going on. So what happened was the game was over and the Griffins played a game at Normandy. They had like their first home opener or something.
Shout out to Sexy Red.
What? Hey man, look.
Normandy product.
Look, that's what bro said. That's what bro said. I'm a St. Louis native, so it's shout
Hey,
out
really
to,
though, shout out to Labari. Graduated high school with him. Mm-hmm. He's been DJing since 6th grade.
Really?
He went on tour with Sexy Red.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Labari.
No, but I bro said that, but I'm a St. Louis native, so I'm for sure gonna say like she doing her thing though. But yeah, so they had a game at no. Matter of fact, if we shouting out that, we shout out Kevin Bacon and them Vikings. They did their thing this year.
Yeah.
Over there at Normandy, they gotta bounce back and lock in, man, for next season though. But no, the Griffins had a game at Normandy, and I pulled up after I lost. And I was just I was in a real difficult space at the time, just like trying to balance out like what I was gonna do next. Like the season over, we lost. Like, what am I gonna do? And then like my life stuff was going on. So what ended up happening was I'm just sitting there, and like all my boys play for the Griffins. I'm checking it out, and then it was a guy out there who was killing. He probably had like 40. At like halftime, maybe. Probably he had close to it at half because you know these TBL games like an NBA game, so it was a long game. And I'm just sitting there and like somebody turned around and like looked at me, and they looked up and they was like, "Why you ain't playing? If you was out there, you probably could guard dude, huh?" And halftime came. I just walked down the steps. Walked right up to Coach L, which that's like Unc for real. I'm like, "Hey Unc, what's up, man? When the next practice?" He like, "Wednesday at Harris Stowe." I just shook his hand and said I'll be there. Like I ain't know what I was signing up for. I didn't though, but I just knew like it was basketball with people that I know. Like, and right now, the space I was in, I needed it. Like, so I kind of did that, and that kind of did. The G's that kind of did a lot for me too, though.
And let the people know, like, describe what it is, because it's semi-pro. So is it like an AAU type of feel?
Nah, I don't even know if I could. Well, I guess they call it semi-pro, but it's the TBL. It's the basketball league. I don't even know. They've been around for a minute, but like I ain't really did too much research on it. But like. The Griffins, St. Louis Griffins, been in it for 3 years. This will be our 3rd year. If I can't say it's like the NBA G League's little brother a little bit, because like you got people who watching, then you got people who coming from the G League, or you got people who coming from overseas. You got people who going to get G League, NBA contracts. Like some of these guys do that. Like
really,
yeah. So it's a decent little avenue if you trying to make a name for yourself, because the film, you could get jersey sales, you could get like merch sales. When people log in and just watch the game and just click your name, like that might just be $3 to you just for them watching. So if you got like 10 people watching, and then you know what I'm saying, everybody click your name, that adds up every game. Like
click your name
like
on what?
Once you log on to like the TBL website, if you try and go to a Griffins game,
okay,
because you got to purchase the game. Once you purchase it, they gonna ask like what player are you watching, or like, you know what I'm saying. So you'll put me on there, and then like they'll send me an email like telling me like how much ever money is like on there. But it's a cool little situation though. I can't say like for some people though, it's like changing their life. But like me, I'm just using it to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to get a championship for the city. Like, but no, like some of my boys who I be with every day, like on my team, like these boys really getting offers. Like they really hooping, like getting offers. You could really go play somewhere.
I didn't know it was like that. You said like former G League players, stuff like that. I didn't know it was on that level.
Man, there's so many people in this league, man. It's crazy. Like YouTube, like majority of the YouTubers, they merging over in this lane, like because you could get the looks. Like you, it's a couple names though. There's a couple names for sure.
So there's different ways you can get paid to do it. Logging on the website saying I'm here to watch you, bang. You said jersey sales.
Yeah, people buy jerseys.
And then like I've heard amount of ticket sales.
Yeah, well, like if they handed them to you though, if they give me a stack of tickets and I'm going to sell them, then yeah, situations like that, and just like every day though, like we really getting a little check or whatever to make it make sense, like so you getting compensated for your,
Yeah, and you're also able to work a job on the side.
Now we probably the only team in the country doing that. I don't know.
Really?
I could say that. I could say that right now. We might be the only team who doing that because majority of these guys, like I done had a few contract offers the last 2 years. Not like nothing too major, like one or two, but like you could go stay wherever the team at in like a decent space like this. Then you be in there with your team. And then you could just be in the gym. You could just be hooping. But they'll like give you like little jobs to do. But I don't think they out there just working. Like when we get up, my team, we teachers, whatever they doing, they getting up going to work. We got practice 8 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, game Saturday, Sunday. So like, yeah, that's what it be though.
So that's a decent time commitment.
Oh, for sure.
3 practices a week, games on the weekends.
For sure. Like tonight, we got film at 8 o'clock. We had a good weekend this weekend. Coach said Monday we taking off. We just watching film and shooting.
And then you guys travel together.
Charter
buses?
No, we on the Dragon, baby.
What's that?
Ooh, he said what's that? It's like I can't even really describe it. It's a bus though. Like a big a big church bus in a sense. But it's like
it's not a yellow school bus.
Nah.
Not a charter bus.
Not a charter, but it got TVs on there.
Okay.
You got comfy seats on there.
Okay.
You can recline the joint all the way back.
Okay.
It's 10 at 5. It's slap 5. You can't even see in it.
Okay.
It's crazy. But nah, yeah, the Dragon. We travel on the Dragon. We taking the Dragon almost this year. We might after this wave, we done drove the Dragon to New York, Canada, Alabama.
Damn.
Yeah, we done. Man, what? Canada was the craziest.
How long of a drive is that?
To Canada?
Got to be at least 15.
I was asleep. I don't remember. We left at 12 in the morning. On me. New York, we left at 12 in the morning. New York was crazy. New York was like 15, 16, there and back. Me. Matter of fact, I can't even fake it like that. It was dark because I flew back. I ain't even fly back. I ain't even come back with the team. When we won in Albany, I flew back.
You just said, fuck it, I don't feel like driving back.
Nah. My best friend had me down there.
Got you.
Me. Shout out 3. No cap.
There is this stretch. I'm glad you're on here because I want to ask you this. I was like YouTubing just random games to watch film on. So like just a random like game from South America, some like European 16U, whatever. So then one day I was like, let me see if the Griffins have any games on.
Did you see the Canada game?
I don't think I've watched one. I don't think it was Canada.
I was about to say.
A side note, I was going to come check y'all out, but you charge like $20 to get in.
It's 15 now. It's 15
Okay.
now.
We're headed in the right direction.
No, yeah. But and on top of that, man, when they do the list, man, I just have to let them know you the media guy, man. You good. Yeah, on me. You good in there. Chop it up.
Say no more. So the game I watched was crazy. It was last year, some playoff something maybe. The other team had this lefty.
Hustle Sports? Was it Hustle Sports who posted it?
No, it was like the full length game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The other team had this lefty who has ties to St. Louis. He might have hooped at Harris Stowe. Maybe.
Hey,
but he's lefty and shoots like.
Yeah. We good. You my boy, so we good. But we good. I know where you going with that. I know exactly where you going with that. Yeah, that's the. Was we playing at Harris-Stowe?
No, it was
Out there,
out somewhere
at their place where it looked like a league gym.
It was a pretty big. They had like
a stadium.
Pretty much.
That might have been the championship.
That sounds right.
We've been to the championship 2 years in a row and we lost to the same team.
Okay. That game had altercations left and right. Y'all are like headed to the locker room at halftime. I think a fan says something or someone says something.
You saw me, didn't you?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I saw you check in, get a foul, come back out, check in, get your second foul, come back out. Is every game that like shit talking, just that type of like competitive atmosphere? Maybe not necessarily to that extent, because there was some teas handed out and stuff, but like is every game that type of competitive?
Man, you just asked me about that, man. My anxiety got high, man, because I be like, that's like the only, like once I do that, like once I win that, once I get over that hump, like I don't have to play basketball ever again. Like I'll be perfectly fine. But like to talk about that though, nah, I don't necessarily think every game is like that, because we have games where you could come in and be cool, but it's like when you play against us, we gonna bring that out of you anyway. So like, I don't necessarily know if everybody could be able to like respond the same way. So like, we might play a team, like if we play Lebanon, that probably won't happen at Lebanon because they ain't really on that. Like they chilling, you know what I'm saying? But like some teams you might bump into who might think they own that, or they might have heard about you. Like majority of the teams, like when you look at the TBL, you got, I think it's like 69 teams, if not more, throughout the whole country. Even like you got the BSL is like attached to it. So when you look at it from that perspective, you got people who just, they ain't really came across the Griffins yet. They just know they've been in the league for 2 years and they've been to the championship 2 years in a row. But like, they haven't won though. So like, obviously they can be beat. But like the thing is, like, when it come to like the other side, like that team, nah. Like I think it's April 4th, if you're not busy, 7 o'clock at Priory High School, it'll probably be the same thing.
Y'all play them?
Ooh. Yeah, my rookie year, I got ejected out the game. And last year, I got fouled out the game. But like last year was crazy. They shot man, listen to this. Last year, man, they probably shot 135 free throws, if not more, in 2 games.
No.
To like 50. They
135 in 2 games?
Man, we could look it up, bro.
That's like,
think about
there's no way.
They shot more free throws than they shot attempts. I'm telling you. In 2 games. You combine the 2 games. Because they swept us the last year. The rookie year, we went to game 3, which is game 7, because you only play 3-game series. Last year they swept us. I think I fouled out of both games. And don't get me wrong, like I do foul. Like I will foul you. But you get 6. You get 6 though. And I didn't get a tech this year in the finals. But
that's
I fouled
good.
out every game.
Every game.
I fouled out every game in that series.
Gotcha. Bro, how long are the games?
It's an NBA game.
48 minutes.
An NBA game. When you pulling up, you're not. Last night we left the gym at like 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. Like there's timeouts, you get entertainment. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like so you say $20. I'm gonna be honest. I just talked to a guy that I train with. I train his kids. He said he goes to NBA games, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When he said this, it took me back because I was shocked, and I wasn't shocked like I was like what the fuck? Like I was just like shocked because he just really like put it in perspective. He straight said like that 15 or 20, like we don't got no NBA team, but he said when he go watch NBA games, he's sitting so high up that it's like I just paid $130 to sit up here. But when he at a Griffins game, like he said, he right up on us. He said odd games, and then with the talent, like some of these guys possibly could have went to the league. So he straight said it's like being at an NBA game, if not better.
I guess that changes my perspective on it. That it's closer to an NBA game than it is a high school game that costs $5, maybe $10 to get in.
But yeah, we had a great weekend this weekend for sure. Only thing
cramping.
No, yeah, you gotta stay hydrated for sure. No, but we had a great weekend though. But no, the thing with the Griffins, man, we just trying to get us a championship. It ain't really too. We done won everything else. Like 2 years in a row, we done did what we supposed to do. We get to the same spot, just can't get over this hump. So I mean, we added some pieces that I feel like put us in position to do what we need to do this year. I feel like the pieces there. On the 4th, I'm just ready. Well, I'm ready for the next game, which is Sunday. But besides that, man, when the 4th comes, I just got to focus on me and the guys, for real.
Go time.
Yeah.
Revenge time.
Skied up. No, I don't even be saying this revenge, though, because, man, I be feeling away, man. I don't even be really getting to say all I be wanting to say about it. I be feeling like how they did us last year. I be feeling like it's rigged, but we ain't got to get into that, though.
You'll have a little home court advantage.
Yeah.
Is that prior?
Yeah, we should. Unless, we'll have to talk, because unless they say they don't like the gym or something, we got to switch venues or something. Like, we played one of, like, it's crazy. We just played at Forest Park. That was the most touchingest thing. But before that, like last series, we played a series at Woes. We had a playoff series at Woes. That's the footage you need to see. Like, when you see that game, like, and like rookie year, if you've seen a rookie year game at like Jennings, like Griffins basketball is like really putting the city on your back and just going out there and trying to like just do it for like, because like, man, you got some of these people, like, they don't expect to see they people like still hooping. Like, definitely like mine. Like, my people pull up and see me like playing a professional level, like whoa, like, oh my God. And like, it ain't been a gym that, like, me being me, it still haven't been a gym that I go in throughout the country the last 3 years. Well, yeah, the last 3 years, wherever we go with the Griffins. No matter what I do, like, I could get a tech, I could do anything. At least one or two people, maybe more, gonna walk up to me and just tell me like how much they respect what I do out there, because you ain't seeing nobody do that no more.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, that was my main takeaway, because I think that game I just brought up was the first time I ever seen you play, and that's what stood out to me. Was I feel like just that motor, like that's not common nowadays.
Nah. And on top of that, my teammate Lefty, we was at practice, and lately my boy just dropped 40 last night. Shout out, bro. And on top of that, shout out Killer Cam. Them boys dropped 40 back to back. But my boy was at practice, and he was sliding his feet like he was really playing defense. And Lefty a bucket, though. Lefty he'll play defense, but he not no defensive guy. Like, he really just trying to put it up. Bro straight was sliding his feet, got a couple steals in a row, and he like just turned up. And he came over there, I was like, man, my legs tired as a mug. I don't even know how you be doing that. But like, for me though, like, it ain't really no. When I'm out there, it ain't, unless I know I need one, ain't nothing, no tired, no hurt, no nothing. Like, everything that I done seen with this basketball stuff, it done got me like here. So like, when I'm in a game, whatever done transpired, I'm putting it right there in the game, and it's just gonna be that. My fault, bro. You
good? Yeah, because that's how you've been playing since a kid, really.
Yeah.
High motor. Okay. I'm gonna put you on your toes right now.
What's up with it?
Top 5 hoopers from St. Louis. It can be what they did when they were, it's a combination of what they did when they were in St. Louis and also what they went on to do.
Man, it's tough, man. There's a lot of basketball players. Then you say all time.
You'll probably know a couple that I don't even. I'm too young to know.
But it's like, it's just the timing on that. Like, it's so tough. The timing on that is tough. Because I done seen a lot of basketball players and to go top 5 all time would be tough. So I'll probably keep it within. I'm not gonna do. Nah, I could just rock out. We cool. I say number 1, and I'm just saying number 1 off like what I actually was there to see. I think I'm gonna go off what I was able to see. I think I'm gonna go off that. And play with. I'm not gonna go off nothing like before my time though.
Okay.
Because if I go before my time, that'd be tough though. Because majority of them guys, like the OGs that I really know and looked up to, like some of them went pretty far, but like they might not have. They was that in high school and then went to go play overseas, but like now they really just pro. Like it's just stamped. So I don't think I'm naming them, and I don't think I'm gonna do no NBA player though.
No NBA players.
Nah, because we know JT, like we know Brad, we know like, and then if that's the case, I gotta put Ben in there. And if I'm going off
who?
Ben McLemore.
Oh yeah.
And if I'm going off championships, for me, because I'm a championship guy, like I'm gonna put Patrick McCall in there. Like it's just certain stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with what I seen.
Okay.
Number 1, I would probably have to say, Cam Bishop. I don't know if you ever seen him play. But
Never seen him play, but
the closest thing to Kevin Durant.
I heard he was elite.
Like the closest thing. The closest thing to Kevin Durant, for sure. Secondly, they might a lot. See, that's what I'm saying. Like people, I don't really. People for sure might say I'm biased, but I'm the 2 off the back that I'm taking, and I gotta take them. Martavian Payne, Kevin Baker. Gotta take both of them. My high school backcourt. The things I seen them do in high school, outside of high school, and with Bake, I seen Bake do it in high school, and then he took it to do it in college at a high level. I think Troy went to the tournament their first time. I don't know if it was the first time in a long time or if it was the first time in school history, but bro was like they starting point guard. And I seen him, like, when I was in college, like, I was watching him play against Jason Tatum on TV, March Madness, like, that type of status. And then you got Martavian Payne, Lil Bro for sure. I done seen him do it at so many different levels. I done seen him do it in high school. Then the stint at Mizzou, Lil Wave, the Lil Wave at Mizzou. Then he goes to Belleville, and matter of fact, John A. Logan stamped him. Like he went to John A. Logan, went crazy.
Real?
Yeah. No, not Rio. Martavian Payne, Tay.
Oh.
Yeah, see.
Damn, Rio had the same exact path.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though. Like all of that's under the same wing. That's Tony Earns. Like before he transferred out to Vashon, like we brought him his first state title. Like 2013 was the first time he won state. Like. Yeah, so like in my senior year, we only lost 2 games. So like bro them was really cooking. And I only averaged 10 on that team. So the other points had to come from somewhere. Them boys was like an ESPN movie, 30 for 30. I'm telling you. It was crazy. But and then seeing what bro do like on the St. Louis level, bro for sure goated. And then like TBL, he done did his thing. Now he out there in Maryland doing his thing. So them 3 for sure. If I had, and this not in no order though.
Order would be way too difficult.
If I had to go another one, I would probably say C Stock, Courtney Stock. I have to say that because bro, I seen like me and bro didn't start playing with each other on the same team until like last year, but like I always knew him and like was able to like when he went to St. Bonaventure, that run he had another one of them guys who like made a run. Like,
is he related to Levi?
I don't know. I don't know if they're related, but I want to know now that you asked that.
That's the first thing that popped in my mind.
They might be. They might be. That's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, bro, being on the team with bro just this past year with the TBL, and then seeing him like before then, and then everything that bro done like overcame, but like his health situation and whatnot. Bro, for sure is like he one of them guys. Like last year in the TBL, bro, like putting the backpack on, like real deal. Everybody who rode the dragon, he putting us on the back and he taking us home, like for real, bro. So like that's one of them guys for me. And then this last one gonna be tough though, cause you said Rio. Like I could go Rio, cause Rio was stupid tough in high school. I could even go I can go Courtney Ramey. Courtney Ramey was tough in high school. Like that fifth one to be tough though. And this all-time St. Louis, that'd just be tough for this fifth one, though. And I'm just going off what I seen. I don't know. Because the reason, you know why it's tough for me? It's tough for me to say that because, like, even with the guys that I named, though, like, when I bump into them, like, I can't say, like, when I bump into them, they still do their thing, but, like, they not just frying me. So it's tough to say. Like, it's tough for me to, like, just say that. But, no, I don't know the fifth one. The fifth one tough, though. I don't know the fifth one right now.
Can we get Cardi?
Cardi or Gordon?
Number 5 spot?
I don't know if I can give him that.
Let me tell you why.
I mean, I know the wave that bro had, but I don't know if I can give him that.
2-time state champion.
Okay.
Peach Jam champion. Gold medal.
You know, and see, once we get off, we got to have a conversation because, like, that just, bro's supposed to be in the A. Like, he's supposed to be in the A. Like, nothing else. He's supposed to be in the A, bro. Like, that dude was talented, bro. For sure. Man, yeah, the resume is stamped though.
Stamped.
The resume is stamped though. Like, what's he got going on now? Do you know?
He graduated from Grambling.
Oh, well, that's the best thing you could do.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else you could say after that.
Got that piece of paper.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So he's doing his thing. I don't know what he's up to right now.
Straight up.
But no, St. Louis in general, man, got a place in my heart. I love St. Louis. St. Louis hoops.
No, for sure.
For sure. Okay. So top 5 hoopers is what we just did. Let's go top 5 rappers, artists, whatever you want.
St. Louis or what?
Nah.
Okay.
In general. Nah, that'd be.
Do you listen to St. Louis rap?
I know a couple people.
All right, before I leave, I got to put you on the 1 and the 2, and then you could just stay right there because everything else is all right. Everything else real repetitive. I'm going to put you on to something that's real, just real vibing, real chill.
Give them some. You want to give them some shout outs right now?
Shout out the gang 10. You know, I'm talking about state. I'm talking about Cuzzo. And outside of state in LA, St. Louis artists is kind of slim, for sure. I mean, I might bump a few songs, but like, nah, not too much.
Shout out to Chance,
the rapper.
Nah, Chance 314.
Oh, what he got going?
He just dropped the album a couple months ago. We went to high school together.
Well, matter of fact, another shout out to my little cousin Twan Gotti. He got some new stuff on his little tape that's popping. He on some. See, like, I ain't trying to listen to like the repetitive same all that. I don't want to hear something like when you go to the next song, it's totally different from the first song that I just listened to. Like,
in terms of what, like the lyrics,
lyrics,
the sound,
the vibe of the song. Like when you leave track 1, 2, and 3, when you get to 5 shouldn't be like those other ones. It should be a whole different vibe, you know?
Interesting.
But if I'm going
your favorites.
My favorites, I bet. If I'm going top 5 rappers, if I'm going number 1, My favorite rapper of all time is Wale. But like Wale on some different stuff right now. So like he talking to the ladies and he real smooth right now.
He was always doing that, wasn't he?
Yeah, but nah, he was always talking to the ladies, but like now he more like on some Black Power, like on some soul, like he really.
Okay.
But he always talked to ladies, but he'll give us a couple, like he'll give you a rap album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He not giving us that. He not giving that out. He just strictly in his lane right now. So, but I'm not counting him in my top 5 because he my favorite rapper all the time. I'll go Herb. This ain't in no order either. I'll go Herb. Nah, for me, I think I'm gonna go order. Okay. I think I'm gonna go order just in my lifetime. So if I'm going like number 1, like in terms of just like timing and like the music at the time, like for me it'll be Sosa, Chief Keef. Like that'll be like top. And then you got somebody like G Herbo. You got like No Cap. I'm real heavy on like Rollo. Rodriguez. Oh yeah, so like that. I'm listening to a lot of people, bro. Like I'm listening to like Starlito and them. Like I'm all over the place. That's 4. My fifth would probably have to be YB, but YB probably like my 3rd favorite rapper though. Like yeah, so yeah, that's like my 5. That was probably like 6, but that's like that's what I'm listening to. But like I listen to everything though. Like I'm listening to everything from like Kelly Clarkson to like Billie Eilish.
Since you've been gone,
yeah, man.
Kelly Clarkson,
Rod Wave. I'm listening to all that. What's crazy is since you've been gone, Breakaway. I listen to Hannah Montana, like Miley. Like I'm listening to everything.
Talk to him. I had that's funny. I had RJ Swish on here.
My boy.
Yeah. And we were talking about music, and he said he was bumping Hannah Montana. He was bumping Coldplay.
I'm listening to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this stuff in my 2024, 25, like, playlist right now today. Like, I'm listening to that. Like, in rotation. I'm listening to Sam Cooke. Like, I'm listening to everything. Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill. Like, before a game, though, like my brother out Chirac, shout out Moo. My boy say no rap before 12. So like in the mornings I try to like stay in my I try to stay in my
what do you say his name was?
Moo.
Shout out to Moo.
Straight up.
I love that.
No, yeah, that's a
great rule.
That's my big brother out Chicago, man. He say no rap before 12. You get on his Instagram anytime before 12 p.m. He bumping R&B or just some real smooth. So I picked up on that because, you know what I'm saying, you waking up in the morning, I'm instantly, now on game days, I'm waking up, I'm turned. Like, but outside of that, I work at a school now, so when I get up, I got to smooth it down. Like, I'm listening to Miles Davis. Like, I'm listening to that. Like, B.B. King, I'm chilling. Like,
yeah.
I'm really into the music like that. The music kind of get me through a lot of stuff, though, for sure.
For sure. RJ was talking about something similar. It's kind of therapeutic in a way.
That's it, for sure.
Yeah. So like game day is Herbo, Chief Keef, YB, that type of stuff.
Yep.
Okay. And then Wale is interesting. Cause I remember, so when Kendrick and Drake were beefing, I came across the clip of Kendrick's, Control verse, I think it was.
You a Kendrick fan?
Not really.
Okay, I'm not either.
My roommate is diehard.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a Drake fan?
I like Drake over Kendrick. I'm not bumping Drake, but
Okay.
I definitely enjoy it. Music is weird for me. I don't day to day. I'm not really bumping stuff. More of a podcast guy.
Okay.
But I keep tabs.
For you then.
You got a question?
Yes.
Say no more.
Top 5 podcasts.
Top 5 podcasts.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know that's tough. That's tough.
Well, shit, I got most of what I listen to is like basketball training, the science behind it type stuff.
Okay.
Skill acquisition research, some like business type of stuff. But back when I was bumping the The Culture. Mm-hmm. I liked All the Smoke. JJ Reddick's podcast, Old Man and the Three.
JJ talking and stuff on there.
Yeah, that was solid. The one with, is it called Knuckleheads? Mm-hmm. That one's pretty good.
Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
Okay. Darius Miles.
Yeah. That one's pretty good. Shit, there's a lot of player podcasts out now.
Oh man, everybody.
There were some dude on Twitter was talking about Paul George and how like
that, right? He's done podcasting, I heard.
He better. Gotta be, bro.
Because he been stinking?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I don't know if he's done, but some dude on Twitter was saying like since he joined the 76ers, he's like,
I heard about that.
He's posted more clips than he scored points or something like that.
I heard about that. He's
That's wild.
out here.
One I bumped now is I really like Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo.
Man, I heard about that. That came across my Apple Music.
Yeah. I listen to them every day, pretty much. Okay. They're cool. Used to work at ESPN. What I like about it is they talk, like they're in the circles of NBA GMs and coaches, and they're talking to people, so they can like, they speak the language type of thing. Yeah, I'd say those are my 5. I might be forgetting a couple. What are you bumping?
KG Certified. Yeah, KG Certified. I like watching Stephen A. Smith. I like Stephen A. I watch Club Shay Shay.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp.
Yep.
But I try to only watch sports and like people I'm interested in though. Like when on Shannon Sharp show.
Gotcha.
He be having a lot of people coming up there.
You watched the Cat Williams one?
Yes.
Same.
That kind of turned them up. All the Smoke, Knuckleheads, and that's about it. Cause that's a matter of fact. You and bro, right? You and bro. That's them the podcast right there on me. Ground Theory and bro, the Cave. Them the best joints. That's who I'm locked in with.
Shit, I appreciate that
for sure.
That's fire. It's cool to see, because sometimes you feel like you're just kind of throwing the stuff like into a black hole. Mm-hmm. You post it just kind of goes.
Nah, yeah, man. I be checking you out. You know, that's why before we started, I told you I went down to the bottom, like to the first video, just to do my homework, like because I've been subscribing. I don't even know when I subscribed. I literally was just on there, going down my subscribers, looking for a video, and then I rode past your joint. I'm like, man, hold on. Boom, went on there, and that's how it is with bro joint. Like, I might not even watch it. Like, I might not catch it when it dropped, but when I catch wind of it, I'm going to for sure tap into it. Like, for sure.
I appreciate that, bro.
Always, bro.
That's tough. Well, shit. So this is how we usually end it. As we go. So first off, any last message you want to leave the people with? Okay. So if there's like a common theme that we've touched on that you want to summarize, if there's just the floor is yours, anything you want to speak on, words of wisdom, whatever it is. So any last message, and then 2, where people can find you, Instagram, Twitter, plug yourself, plug away.
Man, I miss my Twitter, bro.
No, you don't. That is toxic, bro. It's toxic. You don't miss it.
No, but mine was real private. I was real low key on there, bro. It was just a lot of history with my like people we done signed and like certain stuff like that. I just ain't been on there in a minute. But nah, if I had to say like any words of wisdom, for real, man, just stay positive, man. Like whatever you go through in life, like stuff gonna happen. But like long as you keep the moment you start thinking negative about it, things will go negative. If you stay positive, everything should work out in your favor. I mean, I feel like that because I feel like I was in a situation and kind of like worked out for the better just over time and just staying positive and always find you a good group of people to like talk to, like your background, your support system. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got good people in your corner And any basketball players though, not even just basketball player, any athlete, only thing I'm gonna say to y'all is just stay hungry. Like whatever your situation is with that, however you gonna get it done, just remember your darkest times. Like that. I feel like that's the only thing I can say to an athlete, because majority of the athletes done been through something. So you take your darkest time and you put that in place of what you got going on with your sport. You could honestly probably do whatever you want to do in your sport if you just stay locked in. What else we doing? You said
plug away. Any Instagram username? Any moves you got going on?
Moves. I'm chilling, man. Just trying to build the next team for next season at STLCC. Trying to bring a championship home both ways, in the JUCO wave and in this TBL wave, because this might be the last route for playing basketball, just physically for me. My playing style, I think I'm running out of gas. Like, nobody knows. You wouldn't even be able to look at me and tell, but like my body is like both of my shoulders out of socket. Like you see these broken, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm cool though.
It's like they're allergic to each other.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Just me being me, like I don't got no regrets in it. Like I feel like I'm cool as long as I can get up and put my shoes on there. Then I'm cool. But no, on Instagram, not Jet5. That's about it. I ain't really on too much else though. But yeah, man, y'all got everybody stay locked in, man. Stay positive. That's all I got for real. I appreciate you for having me though, bro. Like how long we been? This was like a year, huh? We supposed to do this like last year, wasn't it? Because
it was at that game.
On me.
And then you said it was like a year and 2 weeks ago.
On me. And on top of that, right after that, I ended up going right into Griffins season. So like I was on the road. Like in last year, we was really on the road like every weekend.
Yeah. You're making moves though, you know?
No, yeah, for sure.
It happened.
No, but yeah, shout out to the folks, man, the G's, man. Shout out to my daughters, man, for sure, man. Like outside of that, man, everybody stay locked in with y'all family and y'all peoples, man. Like, cause man, like outside of that, like this basketball is really just basketball and my kids, man, and like my family. Like that's all, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm really like focused on. Like that's all I really got going. Like that's just the wave for me.
Yeah. It's a good wave to be on.
Oh, yeah,
keeps things simple, more focused.
And you gotta stay out of trouble, man. You're getting old out here, man, you know? For real.
Yes, sir. Well, appreciate you sliding.
No problem, bro.
It's a pleasure. Episode number 24.
A Kobe joint.
The Kobe episode is in the books.
Straight up.
Peace.
Yep. In a minute.